I just got the MSGnotfound Master Sword in version 1.2.1 of Tears of the Kingdom. As you can see, I am on 1.2.1. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm warning you, this setup isn't easy. It will probably take you multiple tries, but I got it in a few hours, and now I can do it in about 30 minutes. So, let's get into it. First off, make sure that you have a lot of weapons and shields. So for me, I might be lacking in shields a tiny bit. So what I'll do is I'll just get some more right here. Once you have all the equipment you need, warp to Domiziun Shrine. What we have to do now is slot both a shield and a weapon into the prologue. And the ways we're going to do this is by zuggling a fuse entangled base. So follow my steps here and I'll show you guys how this is done. So first off, get a steering stick out and put it against this wall. What we're going to do is we're going to target it with Ultra Hand, and we're going to start moving back until you reach about this line here, you know, this grayish line. As you can see, if we stop targeting it, it'll cull, it'll disappear, which is called culling. So what we're going to do is when we're on this, we're going to select fuse to target it. We're going to press L and B at the exact same time, and quickly followed by ZL. If you see the ZL button light up, this means it works. So now we're going to run towards this, select recall, press pause, drop the shield, equip another one, and then unequip it. If the shield and the steering stick drop behind you like this, it means it works. So pick up the shield, go on the steering stick, switch to a different shield, and mash out this one. Mash out of the stick quickly or else you will clip. So get another steering stick and hop on this one. Now we're going to fuse this stick to a shield. Now we're going to set up a slot. So to do this, we're going to Minereu FE. To do this, equip a weapon, drop that weapon on the ground, get on Minereu, target this tree branch, use any part of Minereu. I'm going to be using the left hand. Press the left hand, and immediately after open the menu, pause menu. Drop this shield, equip another one, and unpause. If you see that the weapon falls to the ground, then that means you did it properly. So now, dismount Minereu, unequip this shield, pick this shield up, make sure you have no weapon equipped, and equip this one. Now take this steering stick shield, and what we're going to do is we're going to zuggle this tree branch weapon. So for that, since it's Minereu feed, it's going to be super easy. So open the map rune, and before it opens, mash the D-pad menu. Drop this tree branch, and quickly mash. Equip another weapon. Quickly mash the shield menu this time. Drop this shield, mash again, and select another shield. Let the map menu open, and drop this weapon. Unequip this shield. Go up to this platform and select Ultra Hand, so Minereu comes back to Link. And now you'll see that Link has a zuggled weapon. So pick this up again, and now you don't have to worry about this breaking. You can simply unequip this shield. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fuse entangle a shield to this weapon. So make sure you have a shield equipped. So now get on Minereu and get anything out, really. So I'll use a normal steering stick and fuse this to her left, to the part that you used to zuggle. And now you are free to dismiss Minereu. So now we have a permanent zuggle. I'm going to be using this royal shield. We're going to drop it here against the wall. we're going to back out until the line, like we did with the steering stick. Make sure you have a weapon equipped. And we're going to press LB and then immediately Y. As you can see, if the button lights up, it means it worked. But now, instead of running up to it and selecting recall, we're going to run up to it and select the map route. We're going to go into our weapons menu and simply unequip this weapon. And now it will have fuse entangled to this tree branch. But we can't actually see it. This is so make sure you have no shield equipped. Pick this one up. And now we're going to warp to fuse. Once you're in fuse, run up to this wall, grab a boulder, and simply break these blocks. Now we're going to go to this wall over here. If you're familiar with the 1.0 MNF setup, this is where they did it. So now we're going to drop this shield, target it over here with Ultra Hand, and we're just going to bring it to this line over here, left of this line, at the same height. And now drop it down, select recall it, and once you see that it's the proper height that we asked for, like this, press pause, go to title screen, take a look to make sure you have enough autosaves. For me, this should be fine, and start a new game. So skip all of these cutscenes. So now that you're at this part of the intro, we're going to run out to here in the stairs. Keep going, and you should see that there is a shield here floating in the air. So pick this shield up, and you should now see that you have access to your shield menus in the prologue, but we still don't have access to the weapon menu, and this is what we'll need to get. But we need to have access to the weapon menu to do MSGnotfound. So what we're going to do is make a manual save here. And we're going to load any save that you have in your casual save or whatever save you're using. So I'm going to load this one at Minereu Shrine. And now we're going to have to do the same thing that we did with the shield, but with a weapon. So we're going to have to slot a weapon into the prologue the same way that we did for the shield. You can get rid of this Zuggle now. We don't need it anymore. So to do this, simply drop your equipped weapon, and both weapons will drop on the ground. So we're going to set up a portal-calling equipment now, but it's going to be a weapon. Great. So once you have that, do the same as we did before, and we're going to do Minereu FE, but with a shield. Like this. So now, do the same as we did. So target any part of Minereu. I'm going to use the left hand. Press that button and immediately after open the pause menu. I think this was too early for me, because you cannot be too early. So equip another shield, drop it out. Another one. And if it does that, it means that it did not work. So simply dismount Minereu. Make sure you have no weapon equipped. And pick this one up again. And just go back on Minereu and try again. So I got it because it fell to the ground. So unequip this weapon, equip this one, pick up this shield, and now we're going to Zuggle the shield. So if you remember probably how to do this, just follow after me, but I will repeat the steps. So open the map, mash left D-pad, drop the shield, mash again, equip another shield, mash right D-pad, drop this steering stick weapon, equip another one, wait until the map opens, and now drop the shield. you can pick up this weapon, no problem. Now, open Ultra Hand to make Minereu come back to Link. There you go. And if you've done this properly, you'll see that there's a shield zuggled to your back. So now, get any device out, go on Minereu, and fuse this device to the part that you used to do Minereu. So now that that is done, we're going to fuse and tangle a weapon to our zuggled shield, the same way that we did with the shield earlier. Do fuse storage to your shield. Run up to it, select the map rune, and unequip the shield. Now it will have fuse and tangle to your zoggle. So just pick this tree branch up, make sure you have nothing equipped first, and warp to fuse. So once again, go inside a fuse. Break the wall with the boulder. Go up to this wall, but now drop this tree branch. And as you did with the shield, raise it up to this line, right here. Drop it down. Recall it. When it's at the right height, press pause. And we're going to load the save that we had in the prologue. If your tree branch is here, you've done it properly, and just pick it up. Now you should have access to all of your menus. Make sure to save here. Very important to make a manual save. So now we're gonna go to Domizio's Shrine. And we're gonna head to here. And what we want to do is set up a portal culling weapon. So to do this, do everything that we did before. And fuse this to your weapon. Now we need to fuse and tangle a shield to a shield. So equip this shield and put it here. Target it with Ultra Hand and do the same thing that we did earlier. So do fuse storage to a shield. Now walk up to it and select the map menu, map rune, and switch to a different shield. Now we have to head to the nearest like. So I'll show you where I go and what I do. So I make this contraption and I shoot it up with a rocket. And we have to go to this place if you see here. So that's where we're headed. Make sure you're low enough because we have to land on this thing here, this platform. So I missed it. This is fine. Just if you do that, just recall your wing. So you try it the best that you can to just land at the top here. Because we need to pick up the shield in either way with Ultra Hand. So this is how I'll do it. So get this shield inside here. And normally there'd be a breakable wall, so just break that. And drop it in here. Make sure it doesn't draw down to the monsters. And stun this like. We're going to need to use this like. Because we need this one to eat our shield. So drop the shield in here. Make sure the like can't see it. And we'll eat it. Like this. Now that the like ate it, we're going to invis-zuggle this shield. So to do this, select the map menu and zuggle as we did earlier. Do zuggle inputs. So mash left D-pad. Drop this shield. Mash again. Select another shield. Mash right D-pad. Drop this weapon. Mash again. Select another weapon. Press pause and drop this shield. We don't need this claymore anymore, so you can't pick this up. And you can pick this shield up again, but make sure to unequip it. Now we have to kill this like. Once you've killed him, he should drop your shield again. Like this. And just pick it up. Now warp back to the museum shrine. So go back to here and put this shield aside. Now we're going to equip another shield. And we're going to do a protocol again. But this time we're going to unequip this shield. Go get this one. And we're going to fuse this steering stick to that shield. Now we're going to warp to recall. Now drop this shield. And we're going to use this shrine to slot it inside the prologue where the Ganondorf is. So we're going to clip out of bounds. And we're going to do this. We also need to have this weapon. The shield. So raise it up over here above the third step. Once it's raised up here, recall it. And load any save you would like. So for me, it's going to be yet again the save with the most shields. So it's probably going to be this one right here. Now we have to go to the depths, but before you do so, make sure you have at least one travel medallion. And then warp to Nisoij light route over here. We're headed to these coordinates, -0000 and -0085. We have to be at those exact coordinates because those are the coordinates of where Ganondorf is inside the prologue. So once we're at those coordinates, we're just below where Ganondorf is inside the prologue. And doing further glitches later will make us clip into this room. So make sure you go to these coordinates exactly. And I can't stress this enough. You have to be those exact coordinates or else it will not work. Okay, so as you can see, I've reached the right coordinates exactly. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to place down a travel medallion here. And now we're going to go to recall again. And we have to get an autosave inside of recall here. So to do this, just go inside the shrine until you see that you get one. So just open your load menu, for example, and just, you'll know when you get one. If you've done everything properly, by the way, you should see that your shield is here. But I got an autosave, so now just wait around here for a minute or two because we need to keep this autosave and not waiting with override. While I'm waiting, I'd like to mention, if you've gotten this far, it probably means that you're very good at these sort of things. But in the few steps that we have left, there's again some very technical and difficult stuff, and some things might go wrong, some things that I just do not have time to go over inside this tutorial for all of those tiny oddities that could happen. So if it does happen, make sure to join my Discord server in the description and ask questions in the TOTK glitches channel. We'll be able to help you over there. So we've probably waited enough by now. So now we're going to warp to Lookout Landing. For the next few steps, it's very important to do everything exactly as I say, because we're getting to some of the most difficult parts of this setup. But if you follow everything like I say, it should be fine. So now, go here outside of Lookout Landing. And you'll see that we get some autosaves. Just make sure that you still have this one all the time. If you don't have this one, you have to start over from that autosave. So just go back and start over from that part. Now, summon Minereu. Now we need to Minereu FE a weapon. So to do this, now that we don't have a protocol, we need to press this, to press any button, and open the D-pad right after, instead of pressing pause and dropping. So if this works, so okay, so this didn't work. Okay, so I got it since it fell to the ground. Now make sure you have no weapon equipped and pick this up. Now we need to cold fuse a steering stick to this. So to do this, you'll see that when Minereu is in Link, there is no weapon appearing. So we need to press Y to fuse right as Minereu is going back to Link. If you get the time properly, this is what will happen. Or it will just have no fuse particles and drop behind you. Both of these worked. So now get on the steering stick. Do an SDC. So switch, drop, get on another steering stick. And now fuse this to a weapon and put this over here. Now we need to do this a second time. So equip a weapon, drop it, and Minereu this. I got it because it fell to the ground. Do this. Now cold fuse the steering stick as we did earlier. As you can see, this worked. Then SDC with it. Get another steering stick out. And attach this to Minereu. Now we have to be very careful not to run too close in this direction. So what we need to do is equip any weapon, get a steering stick, and we need to fuse entangle this steering stick to a weapon. So this was the wrong timing. When you do eventually get the right timing, this should happen. So the stick will be on the ground and fused to your weapon. So this is good. Now just drop this weapon, attach it to the stick, and we'll need it for later. So now pick this weapon up. So now we need to Minereu FE a shield. So drop an equipped shield, get on Minereu, and now make sure to never fuse over the right hand where we put the steering stick. Anything else is fine. So that worked. Pick up the shield, get a portable pot out, and now we'll need to fuse entangle a portable pot. So same thing as we did with the steering stick, but this time a portable pot to this shield that we Minereu feed. We only get one try at this. If we accidentally fuse it normally to our shield, we have to redo the Minereu feed. But as you can see, I got it. So now we'll need to zuggle this shield. So to do this, we have this steering stick club. So do the normal zuggle inputs as we did before. And now we'll have zuggled the shield. So you're free to pick these up and select Ultra Hand to make Minereu come back to Link. And you'll see that the portable pot magically appears and that Link has 2 shields zuggled. So if you've done that, that means that it worked. So unequip any weapon that you have right now and equip this one. Attach these two together. So now that you've done this, I'll use the steering stick. We need to get on Minereu. Make sure you don't go to that area or else you will softlock and have to reload. But fuse over what we Minereu feed. So this left hand thing, you can fuse over this. And now this will make the zuggle permanent, so you are free to dismiss Minereu. And now we don't have to worry about softlocks. What we do have to worry about though is autosaves. We have to be very fast and do everything else in this setup quickly enough that we don't get too many autosaves. So follow my lead. So bring these two devices. So as you can see, we'll probably get another autosave here. Yeah. So what we need to do is get these things here and put this steering stick over this hole in emergency shelter. We're going to recall it, get on it, drop our weapon, and mash A. Now cancel recall. The steering stick and the weapon should fall. Make sure to pick up this weapon. This is very important. If it didn't fall, it should still be above. So go up and pick it up. And now we need to get this portable pod to the coordinates that we went to in the depths. So if you still have 2 autosaves left, you should be fine to do this, the rest of the setup as I say. So make a device to fly. The way I do this is I get a steering stick, a fan. You can get another steering stick out and go on it to cancel the rune lock, by the way. If you can't use your rune menu, this is completely normal, so go on a steering stick. So I would go as if I built a hover bike normally. But instead of continuing as I would, I put 3 fans at the back. The portable pot is the heaviest object in the game. So this is why we're using it, because we'll need it later to make Link fall down faster. You'll understand when you'll see. And attach this portable pot to the back of this, to the middle fan. Not like this, because you won't be able to get on the steering stick, but sort of like this should work. So now go on this. And this, you'll notice that this is very difficult to steer, but it is doable. So place a map pin above your travel medallion, because this is where we're going. Get your contraption down. And normally, sometimes you'll get another autosave here, but it isn't too bad, as long as you still have 1 autosave in recall. And of course, your manual save here. This is very important that you always keep an autosave in recall and a manual save, your manual save here. So now we need to get this pot to the exact coordinates that we were in the depths. So we need to be on 0000085. Okay, so once you're at the right coordinates, pick up this pot to make it over Link's head. Make sure you are at the right coordinates all the time. So as you can see right now, I have 0000 and minus 0085. So this is perfect. Drop this weapon so Link calls like this, and reload your save in recall. And if you've done everything well, something really weird will happen. You'll see that Link is just not here when he enters recall, and once you skip the cutscene, Link will spawn in the air. This is completely normal. So go into the map and warp to your travel medallion. Now you'll see that once you reappear, Link will void out because he will drown in some water. This is actually because we're out of bounds we're out of bounds above the depths. Because what we need to do is get to the height at which the Ganondorf platform is, because that is where recall is, and that is where our shield that we slotted in recall is. So to do this, we're just going to continuously void out and go below until we're at the third coordinate is negative 0,135. This will take a few minutes, and I'll make a time lapse of this. So once you've voided out a bunch of times, you should see that soon enough Link will actually stop voiding out and just start falling extremely slowly. Make sure you have food so you don't die, because if you do die, you'd have to start over from doing an SDC with Minereu. So if you do happen to die or mess up this part, simply go in our Discord server and we'll help you. So now Link will start falling. This is normal again. And as I stated earlier, we need to just dive to fall down faster, and you should see that your steering stick shield that you slotted inside of Recall is here. And this is because the map of Recall is synced to this part of the map. So where we slotted it, the coordinates of where we slotted the shield are exactly this place in the overworld. So this is where they are showing. And those coordinates happen to also be exactly where Ganondorf is inside of the prologue, which is where we need to go to get the MSGnotfound. And what we're doing right now is we're going to those coordinates with what we call a lift storage warp, which is what we set up with the portable pot up there. So just fall down until you're at the third coordinate is -0,135, and I repeat, it needs to be exactly -0,135. So now I'm at -0,131. I am almost there. Once you see that you've reached -0,135, pause the game immediately. So I'm soon going to reach it. I'm at 133. One, 3, 4. And now 135. So I'm going to pause the game, and we're going to load this save that we made inside the prologue, and we're almost done. So now you should see that you reappear on this Ganondorf platform, and the game will try to void you out, but it will not work. So now, if everything was done properly, your shield should be somewhere around here. But now we need to do something very finicky and very dangerous. What we're going to do is drop our Zuggled shield. Or we have 2 shields right now, and we have to drop our Zuggled shield and pick it up. So this shield is the portable pot one. This is the one that we need to pick up. So for me, it is the wooden shield that is behind me. So we're going to drop this. Now, 2 things could happen. 1, your shield drops at the right place and you can pick it up. 2, this weird collision of the place flings your shield too far away and you have to start over from when we did that manual save. So the first step is doing the fuse entangle and bringing the shield to the light. Like, you'd have to start over from that point. So let's just hope they don't get flung. So we just hope for the best here. And as you can see, our shield did not get flung. So that was really lucky. But we can now pick this up. So now we need to pick up this weapon over here. And as you can see, we will get this weapon. It works. So now we are free to pick up this shield, by the way. There's no worry, so we can just pick this one up. And as you can see, we'll be free to walk over here. So this bridge where Zelda is. This is where we need to go. So stand in the middle here. Now we need to perform an SLD. So pause your game. Drop this Master Sword. Equip a tree branch. Equip your other weapon that you SLD'd. Drop this shield. Equip another one. And now we have to unpause and pause really fast. If you see that Link went invisible it should be fine. But I'm going to unpause here just to show you guys what to do if it didn't work. So if it didn't work, you'll see that your MSGnotfound will have dropped to the ground. So just pick it back up again, unequip your shield, and go back to there. So if you failed, your shield that you need should have gone back to Ganondorf. So you can just pick it up again and try again. Just make sure that you have nothing equipped when you pick up that shield, or else you'll unfortunately have to start over. So let's not make that happen. So line up here. So if you're too late, you'll see that either Link or the Master Sword Not Found isn't invisible, so you can see it. This means that it didn't work. So just unpause, unequip the shield, pick up the MSGnotfound, go back to your steering stick shield, pick it up, equip the MSGnotfound, and go again. But now we're going to transfer it for real. So just stand on this edge, make sure there's no gloom so you can have clear visibility, or else this will be annoying. Okay, so pause, drop this Master Sword, equip a tree branch, again, drop this, equip another one, and unpause, pause really fast. So if there is nothing visible, if you cannot see the Master Sword, if you cannot see Link, you're good to go. Drop this tree branch, and load a recall autosave. Now, if you've done everything right from start to finish, the Master Sword Not Found should be right here. And as you can see, it is right over here. So pick this up, and you now have your very own MSGnotfound sword. Anyways, I hope this helped. I'm super stoked to be able to finally do this in current batch, and I'm so thankful for everybody, every glitch hunter that has been able to contribute towards this. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you all to the glitch hunters that worked really hard and tirelessly on this project. That's finally been achieved. I'm really happy about this. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.